Hello and welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T here as we're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with a full pick rundown from the major sports schedule. And of course, we've got a big crew today, so let's get right to the picks. We don't waste time here on Tony's Picks Morning Show. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Wow, some crazy games yesterday in college football. Definitely, we've seen some big comebacks. We've seen some big comebacks that fell short. It's definitely that Bama game is one for the history books because what a game there. Whew. I thought it was over. I turned it off, and then all of a sudden my phone started going, Georgia scores. Georgia scores. I was like, oh, what's going on? Georgia's making it a football game here. What's going on? I better turn that back on. But it was a winning day yesterday. Can't complain. On to loaded NFL Sunday. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. This is Vegas here. Jorge, the big story all week was that quarterback.
Right.
And what does he do?
You could have turned off, buddy. Rod, you could have turned off the UNLV game because
I didn't turn it off. That was on one of the TVs. I was tuned in watching. I was like, I was mad I didn't put that in as a premium. That should have been number 22 on my premium list.
No, you had a great day yesterday, man. You put out a lot of plays. I always give a lot of kudos to that. Doing that. I had a good day yesterday. Not quite as many picks, but it was definitely out of the Rebel game. And Barry Odom will be is already the hottest commodity for a coach next season. Just what all the changes he's gone through over just in 2 years, really 4 quarterbacks. And every time they made a midseason change, it's the better quarterback. So it was exciting to watch. We've never even seen that in a stadium here since Randall Cunningham, guys, back in 1984. So you talk about Kansas City happy about the Royals, man. We have way bigger drought than that. So we're happy to see Rebels and the stadium filled up out there. And, of course, it's because of the Raiders that we have Allegiant Stadium. So, yeah, exciting times in Vegas. We have a lot of sports going on. We turned it to a sports town during all that time, so it's fun.
Yep, no doubt about that. Let's say hello to Bo. Bo, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's up, everybody? Ready, this time of the season, one of my best times, man. All these sports finna start going on, so ready to cash your ticket, man. Ready to get to it.
Ready to get to it. Say hello to Ron. What's happening?
Hey, yeah, good morning, everybody. How about those Auburn Tigers? They don't turn the ball over till the fourth quarter, and guess what? Man, if you look at that stat sheet, Auburn dominated that game. They should have won it. But, yeah, like Rod said, great games last night. Didn't do too well for me because I was on the other end of the Baylor, Auburn, and Georgia game. So, yeah, let's get it back today.
Let's get back today, indeed. Let's say hello to Mindy. Mindy, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying the times as well. I love that game last night, like Rod said. That was one for the ages, let me tell you. I loved it, every second of it. And then, of course, I'm excited about my Huskers. They're still plugging away, hoping that they represent a little bit. And the Royals making it to the postseason. So pretty pumped about that as well.
Yes, indeed. And Mindy, it's been a pretty good NFL year for you.
So far, so good. We're ready to keep it rolling here today, for sure.
Absolutely. Let's do that. All right, let's get done. Let's get to the show here, guys. We're going to, as you know how it works, we'll just run through the games in blocks of 3. So let's get this NFL card ready to roll here. We got everybody ready to go. All right, let's get this slate of games started with Saints Falcons, Steelers Colts, Jaguars Texans. We start with Ron.
And for me in this time slot, we're looking at the Saints taking on the Falcons to kick it off. And, man, both teams dealing with injuries. Injuries on both sides. You got the Saints. That list getting longer and longer. No Olave most likely for this game. Questionable. But I don't think he starts. Kamara, questionable. That's 2 big offensive pieces here for this Saints team that has been playing well. And it just gets worse from there. You're missing a cornerback. You're missing a linebacker. You're missing an offensive lineman. It's tough for the Saints team. Atlanta's not doing much better dealing with injuries themselves on their defensive line, their offensive line. Definitely, it's going to be one of those piece together games. So I like the under. That's the dog's barking in that one. I don't like the dog barking in that one.
There's the cue.
There's Charlie.
I lean to Atlanta, but I like the under in that game. I think we have a lower scoring one. Not as many shorthanded personnel in that game. I got to go with the under. I think scoring comes at a premium in that one. And one more in this time slot. Always throw me off on Sundays.
Steelers, Colts, Jaguars, Texans. Steelers, Colts, Jaguars, Texans.
Oh, Jaguars, Texans. You look at that game. These two teams both want to bounce back. They both got spanked last week, giving up 4 touchdowns on each side. Both defenses looked awful. CJ's probably worst game of his career so far. And then we know what the Jags quarterback's been doing. Lawrence Taylor he didn't look good in that one either. Trevor Lawrence in
Lawrence
that one.
Taylor, yeah.
All right, he might do better than what Trevor Lawrence has been doing in that one. But both quarterbacks in that one looking for a bounce back game. Do they get it? I don't know. But there's a trend here going at teams that are winless in this spot usually come back and do well. So I'm going to take the Jags plus the points. It was at 6. It's down to 5.5. I think this is a 3-point game. Anyway, it slices. So give me the Jags plus the points there.
Yeah, from Rob, we move on over to Jorge. You're on mute, Jorge.
Yeah, NFL's coming back to reality, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I saw a wild stat of all the 5.5 plus dogs that have covered and how many have won outright. I think it was 12-1-1.
Oh,
And I'll sit here and I'll say it, man. I've been saying it for the last few years because of free agency. We were talking a little bit about the Golden Knights last night. They only have 2 original players left. There's no such thing as power ratings at the beginning of the season. That's just all fabrication mentally until they get out there and play and see if they have some chemistry. And we're still not there at the NFL, right? I mean, we'll find out after this week. 2 on the road, 2 at home. And, and you kind of see where these teams are at. Atlanta favored by 2.5 at home. That's a tough one. I mean, Saints have been playing well. I mean, Carr's good quarterback if you can keep him upright and don't put him in any too many positions, to have to do it himself, and he hasn't had to. So that's a perfect role for him. I mean, he's not going to falter in that role, especially if he's not getting hit and chased around. So laying points with Atlanta, and that's what's a little bit tough. These are all leans as I get my final picks going through. Just when it looks so ugly, guys, that there's no way in the world Rod going up there going off against the Jaguars. Can you lay points? He's the team. Another ugly 5.5 where they really don't care. And Jacksonville's got talent, but they're playing horrible. I'm not disagreeing with that. But can they go on the road and win a game? Absolutely. I mean, do they got the parts and the pieces to do it? Absolutely. And I've been against them last week. So not jumping on them a third week. It's a division game. They got to win. And teams this early in the season who have talent that they have to win, you're better off playing with them than against them.
It's that way, no doubt. Let's move on over to Bo.
All right, man. I'm gonna look at that Pittsburgh Steelers and Indianapolis Colts game. Under that total, Pittsburgh Steelers, man, defense just on point. Only giving up about 10 points a game. The 3 games they already played gave up 10, 10, and 6. This quarterback for the Colts already throw 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Both these teams like to run the ball. I like the way Justin Fields been managing the game, not giving up interceptions. Defense playing well. I think T.J. Watt guys gonna get them fits on the Colts side, man. So I like the under in this one. As far as that Saints game go, I'll take the Atlanta Falcons on the money line. Come off their bad loss against Kansas City. I think they'll get it right being at home. Like I say, dealing with a bunch of injury with the Saints, man. So I'll take the Falcons on the money line. As far as that Jacksonville game go, man, they say Lawrence done lost 8 games straight since last season. I know they're getting them points, man, but with Texans come off their loss, I like for them to bounce back. I'll take them on a spread against that one.
Anyway, Bo, they're Cowboy fans saying that, not a Texans fan. Just that's
why he's picking on Steelers.
That's on over to Rob.
I might not be a Cowboys fan after that. This Dak Prescott just been killing me, man.
On over to Rob.
Yeah, well, let's look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, this is just a mess waiting to happen. But I don't know if many heard this, but Peterson's actually been in talks with the Chiefs trying to get Carson Wentz actually to come down to Jacksonville. It's bad for Lawrence, but
go for it.
You know what? When it's really bad, that's when they show out. There's no way that I can't go against them here. I mean, the value's all on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Divisional game. You got to take a shot with them at least. I agree with Bo. Steelers only giving up 71 yards on the ground, and that should stop that Colts rushing attack. And Rich is going to be running for his life from Watt. You know that. The Steelers are number one in total defense at 229 per game defensively. So I'll take that. And I'm against you guys. The Saints are 7-1 as a dog of -3 or less on the road in the division. And if you look at the last 6 games, New Orleans has covered 5 of the last 6. So I'm going to go with the Saints. I know there's injuries, but I think the Saints can get it done, especially coming off that home outright loss to Philadelphia last week. So take the Saints as a small dog.
From Ron, we move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, it's Ron. I totally see this the same way as you do, for sure. I mean, I'm looking at the Jags +6. I think this is one that the Texans definitely will go ahead and win this one. Win, no cover. But yeah, I mean, I like Diggs today over, the 60 yards receiving. And Texans, they're just having trouble covering spreads. I just like it here in this spot. Also going ahead and going with the Steelers here, -2, probably take them just on the money line. Steelers love to cover the spread in September, so I'm all over that. They've also won like their last 8 versus the Colts, so can't really go wrong there too. And then I'm with you again, Ron. Like I said, the Saints, I'll take them +2.5, probably get that at 3. Saints like to beat up on the NFC. It's just one of those things. Saints have covered their last 4 or 5 now. Also, Falcons, I just feel like if you can blitz him, I wanted the Chiefs to blitz him more. He's the guy that's feast or famine. He throws 5 interceptions or 5 touchdowns. All you got to do is bring the heat on Kirk Cousins, blitz him the whole game. That's all you got to do. I like the Saints here.
And Mindy's got the game plan. There you go,
Yeah.
with Mindy.
Ready to go.
There you go. All right, I'm there with I think Bo here on the under with Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. I think Pittsburgh just plays that possession football, play the defense, keep the defense off the field. So when they're on the field, they're fresh. That's how they win. Look in that spot there. Also with the Jags, it's the spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Against the division, Houston just 2-4 the spread. So as Mindy said, this may be one of those spread win and no covers here for the Houston Texans in that spot. Also, I'm with there on the Saints +3 here in this one. Defensively, the Saints have held quarterbacks to just 6.4 yards per pass attempt. And Saints have been a really good road dog, 7-4 as a road dog. Atlanta 4-8 as a home favorite. Look at the dog there with the Saints. Get that dog barking, Jorge. They're in that one. All right, let's continue on the show.
That's such a cute dog.
He already did. That's why I jumped on him.
There you go. All right, let's continue on here on the show. We got some good battles here. Well, this one is good here. Vikings, Packers. Then we go to Bengals, Panthers, Rams, and Bears. 2 ugly ducklings. One really good game. We start with Ron.
Yeah, we look at this spot here. Looking at the Vikings taking on the Packers here in this one, and this is one of those divisional battles that's definitely going to be a close, hard-hitting game. The Vikings is off to a great start, rolling right along. Have been the Vikings, and so is the Packers playing good football. So I'm excited for this game. Going to come right down to who's got the ball last, I believe, here in this one. You look head to head, and it's been you win one, I win one, you win one, I win one. So if you follow that type of thing,
Zig and zag, yeah.
Zig and zag. That's what it's been for the last the 6, all the way back to November 21. It's been you win, I win, you win, I win, you win, I win. But here in this one, you know what? I'm. It's all going to come. Is Love going to play? I don't know. We haven't heard. It's questionable that he could play. He's practiced. He's been with the team. He's ready to go. But do they want to rush him in there? I don't know if they need to rush him in there because Willis has been doing pretty well managing the team on his own for the Packers. That was a bright spot. Everybody thought their season was done. Love went down, and they thought they were going to go the other way. Well, this Packers team's a lot more than just Love. They are solid defensively, and I think we got one of those divisional battles. So I'm going to lean to the Packers here to get the job done. They're just playing the better football, and they just seem to be in Lambeau. They always seem to love to get the job done versus the Vikings. So going to go with Green Bay there in that one. And the other one you went was the
Bengals,
Bears.
Panthers, Rams, Bears. Yep.
Yeah. And you look at the Rams taking on the Bears here, and there's another team that's, man, tough luck for the Rams to kick off their year injury-wise. Guys dropping left and right like flies, but you still look at who they got for the Rams. You look better coach on that side of the ball, better QB for sure. Because I had the Bears last week against the Colts, and they definitely had a chance to win that game. They should have run it right down the Colts' throat because the Colts stink. They can't stop anybody running the ball. They give up 200 yards rushing, and the Bears definitely moved the ball. They went 28 rushes, only 63 yards. Give it to the Colts for stepping up, but the Bears should have won that game. So now you expect the Bears to come in and beat up a team here. I can't do it. Bears stink. They're awful. I'm going to continue to fade the Bears in this game. If you can't beat the Colts and the Colts rush defense in a team that loves to run the football, you're not going to win this week. Got to fade the Bears in that one. And then the Bengals in Carolina. There's another one. Your Bengals definitely they could win outright and still not make the playoffs the way their season started. And Carolina, well, everybody's going to jump on Carolina here on this one because they looked half decent last week. But is Andy Dalton the savior for the Carolina season? Is he going to come in and be amazing? He had a half decent game against the Raiders. I'll give it to him there. But here against the Bengals, I think he's in trouble. I'm going to lay it with the Bengals. I don't see the Bengals going to 0-4 to start the season. I think Joe Burrow and company come in and take it out on Andy Dalton. I've seen Andy Dalton many a times throw a wounded duck, so I'm going to take Andy Dalton to throw an interception as well. I can see that thing coming out, and here it comes, and it's going to get picked off. Andy Dalton throws an interception, and Carolina loses again.
We're not doing a whole lot for the dogs there, Rod. I mean, you got dogs all over your shirt.
You got
sitting here laying.
You got dogs on the shirt, right?
Oh,
but you got to remember, dog, as you stated, dogs of 5+ or more are 14-2. Well, I know things even out. Right? I know things even out. So we're due for a week of favorites coming in at some point here in the NFL. It just happens too much. It's dog. I know that we love the dogs. Love the dogs. See, dogs are good. If you see the bottom part of the person, see.
Oh no, thanks. That's okay.
So anyway, but I think at some point the favorites got to come start.
They are. No, they are. It's just a matter of time. It all evens out.
It usually evens up.
Always.
So don't just blindly take the dogs this week and be like, I'd hope that you're going to have a big week because it could.
No, but you know what? You got to give some credit due where credit's due. I mean, Dalton just got moved out because of the #1 draft pick. He played great. Now Raiders suck. Don't get me wrong either. I mean, credit. But they put up 30-some points. They're going to put up more points. And Cleveland Cincinnati has no defense. They're so banged up. It's going to be a shootout. I can't see that being anything more than both teams putting up at least 24 points apiece, and because of their lack of defense in that particular spot. And I got wounded last week going with the Bears too, thinking they'd be able to pull out that win, but the offense really is still that bad. And I'm not sure it's the quarterback's fault. It's just, these days, guys, you don't get an offensive coordinator there long enough with the quarterback. Offensive linemen are being traded. There are no cohesive units on offensive lines. And when you can add up 2 of those 3 things that you don't have going on, that offense is not going to be very good. And I wouldn't even blame it on the quarterback. It's all pieces and parts on and off the field that make a big difference. The Rams, their line's fine. It's just everybody else is hurt. Big comeback. They had a lot of injuries at the 49ers last week. The Rams were able to come back and get that win without anybody. They say Kupp's trying to play his way back into this game. But you know what? Yeah, got to go with the Rams, man. I mean, there's no reason you can lay any points with the Bears right now until they figure it out. Might they figure it out this game? Maybe. But definitely not a spot that I'll lay any points early on. I mean, the favorites will come in eventually. But like I said, let's let the dust settle from this week to kind of see where all these teams fall.
Yeah, from Jorge, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man. In this slate, I'm going to look at that Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take them on the money line. I know Minnesota been looking good. They done play some good playoff quality teams, but at home, LaFleur is 22-8 against the division. So give me even if Wilson started, they got a good run game. The defense has been holding teams to I think they only gave up the big points to Philly, but in the last 2 games they gave up 14 and 10. So I think the defense will do enough. I like the Green Bay Packers to get one that on the money line. And looking at these other games, the Rams and the Bears, I like a player prop in the Bears game. I like Commit to score a touchdown. He's been targeted 11 times. He caught 10 of those in the Rams last season. They was number 2 giving up touchdowns to the tight end position. So I like the Commit anytime touchdown to plus 370. And that's all I'm looking at in this slate right here.
From Bo, all right, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree with Bo. Hey, Minnesota Vikings, are they a little overhyped right now? I think so. Let's go. Let's take the Packers at home on the money line. I think they get it done. It doesn't matter, like I said, Malik Willis starts or Jordan Love. I think that rushing game is just unbelievable, running for 204 yards per game. And I know Minnesota can stop the run, but who they played that's really a running team. They went on the road on the first week. They played the Giants. That's really nothing. The other two has been at home. So let's look at the Packers on the money line there. And I agree. This is a Cincinnati spot. You got the Carolina Panthers that went out to Las Vegas. And, when Carolina or when Cincinnati is facing a team that won straight up as a road underdog and now a home underdog, Cincinnati is 6-0 against as a road favorite. So this is the spot. Take the Bengals, lay the juice there. Rams and Bears. Yeah. I mean, I think Eberflus is putting Caleb Williams in the wrong spots. And I really think that if they're going to win one, it's probably going to be today or against Seattle later on in the season. So I'd take the Bears on the money line, but it's a lean.
Yeah. There from Ron, we move on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm going Packers here for sure. It's one of those that they won their last 11 following a win. So they like to go ahead and go back-to-back with covering some spreads. I love teams that like to win money. So I'm all over the Packers today. I also like them because they get off to a hot start, right? I like them in the 1st to 15 here today. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that in the last 8 games, they've covered that. Rams and Bears. Yeah, I totally hate this game. But I'm going to go ahead and look to the under. And this is just solely based off of week 5 moving average. When you have an opening line of 41.5, when that moves under. So right now it's moving to 40.5. That one hits at about 61%. So it's kind of a slight lean over what I like to play. But I'm going to go ahead and take the under in that game. But I do probably lean the Bears. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of yuck right there. And if the Bengals lose, I'm literally going to puke on my shoes today. I mean, this is just one of those that
we want a video of that. We want a video of that.
This one. I mean, the Bengals are so much more talented here. I don't know what they've been doing here lately. I think it had a lot to do with this off-season stuff. Just a lot of cancer in that locker room. Panthers just fail to cover all the time. I'm taking the Bengals -5. I also like the Bengals to score first in this game. They usually get out to leads and then like to blow it later.
There you go. Mindy, all right, I'll take the points here with Minnesota. Packers have struggled at home against these passing teams. 0-4 the spread against teams that average 7 yards per pass attempt or greater. The Vikings 9-4 to the spread on the road. I'll look at them in that spot with the Minnesota Vikings. Also be on that under LA Chicago. Believe it or not, looking at the Chow injury reports, the Bears have a plus 15 injury advantage point-wise on the Chow ratings, which is incredible. I usually would just blindly take the Bears, but because the Bears' offense is so inept, I can't take the Bears despite that huge injury advantage they have over the Rams. So I'm going under.
Not to mention the Rams they had all the injuries last week.
Yeah. That's
they were
right.
down to the 49er. I couldn't believe it when I saw them come back. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
They were down big early. Like, holy crap, they're going to win this game, not cover.
Yeah. But in that game, the 49ers also had a low injury score because of their injuries. But this is the one where you got right now it's a huge advantage because of the Bears' health, especially health on defense. I think the Bears' defense keeps this one under in this spot here, as well as the Bears' offense. I mean, that's
exactly.
Those two units are working toward the under for me.
And not very sweet right now, is he? He's looking like he's about to get benched, is what's going on there in the Bears. They picked up Swift and expected him to run, and he just isn't running. He's just been awful.
Well, that's what I call the offensive line, man. I mean,
Yeah, what do you expect, right?
Can't point a lot of fingers, but it's really horrible that they're putting all these not freshmen, but rookies in his quarterback. As well as call them freshmen. Most of them should still be in college, but they're putting them in and just starting them right away, and it just doesn't work, man. Daniels in Washington is like Big Ben back when he came and started for the Steelers. Only one and a half, two handfuls can really jump in there and not miss a beat and pick up the pro game. It just doesn't happen. These guys are better off sitting on the bench. And you can bet against those teams early, and that's the spot we're in with the Bears.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these games been going under total too, because when these quarterbacks get into that red zone, they just don't know how to squeeze them in them tight spots, man. That's why a lot of them getting field goals, lower scoring games. They just don't have the talent to do it right now. So I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I have a thing here. If you're not rushing for 4.5 yards a carry, you shouldn't start your rookie quarterback. That's how I look at it.
There's a lot of truth to that.
And I'm with you guys there on the Bengals. Do your shopping, get the 4.5. There's some fives popping up there. There is a significant injury advantage here for the Bengals. The issue here is with the Carolina defense. They have a very low score here, 73 on this child injury ratings. They're really banged up, this Carolina team. It's not just the fact that the Bengals need to win. It's Carolina's really injured on defense in that spot here. And I think for these teams like Cincinnati that don't play anybody in the preseason, having a fourth game now, their fourth game, this might be the spot where we start seeing the real Bengals here. If not now, when? Right, that's the big question mark.
They're just going to lose the rest if they don't get it today.
Yeah, this is it. Then they
number one draft pick.
Yeah, they throw away the season if that happens. Shador Sanders will be someone's quarterback. All right. I thought the Rams would have been doing that, but the Rams.
Dolphins are tanking. We need a QB. Dolphins are going to tank. Don't worry. Dolphins need a QB. We were in a tank.
All right, so
we got a bad coach too. So
I see that you covered them up now. I see that. Yeah.
Pretty soon they'll find another. Don't worry, you'll find another. You might see an Oilers banner up there pretty soon.
That's what I was wondering. Where that Oilers
might see a New York Jets banner up there here pretty soon next to that Rangers.
All right, let's get to the next series of games here. Broncos and Jets. That's a big line. We got Eagles, Bucks in the and then we go to the afternoon slate with Commanders and Arizona. We start with Rob.
Yeah, you look at that Broncos Jets. That's a big line. Denver's dealing with a few injuries themselves, and this Jets team's starting to roll. But at 8, I think that might be just a touch too many of this +8. I'm gonna here's a dog spot. I'm leaning to Denver plus the 8 there in that one. Bo Nix looked pretty good controlling the offense last week against the Bucks. Bucks are dealing with some injuries on defense, and he definitely took advantage there. But he's looking like he's getting comfortable and looking like things are getting a roll. But going against the Jets team, going to be tough because we know that Jets defense is beast. I like the under here. Both defenses have been solid to start the year. I don't think the offense is shining this one. I think it's a defensive battle. First to 20 type game wins this one. So give me the under in that one. There's a defensive shine, outshine the offense there. And then, which ones we go with in the afternoon?
We went. Let's see. We got Eagles, Bucks, Broncos,
Commanders,
Jets, and Commanders, Arizona. Yeah.
Okay. Looking at this Commanders taking on Arizona. In that one, you look at the Washington, and how are they 2-1? Oh, that's right. They're outscoring teams. That's what they're doing because their defense isn't doing it. They've forced teams to 2 punts all season long so far defensively. So definitely that Washington defense is a sieve, and I think Arizona and their offense is going to have a heyday against this Commanders team. In this one, you look, it has been dominated this series over the last 4 meetings by the Commanders. 3-1 it has been the head-to-head trend, but not here today. I got to go with Arizona. I believe they got too many weapons, and at home here in this one, I think that Washington defense comes back to bite them. Just not making stops, and when they can't make stops, this Arizona team kind of seen what we did to what they did to Buffalo. They should have had that win. They should be better than a 1-2 team. So give me Arizona there in that one, and I'll stay with that.
Stay with that. All right, we move on over to Jorge.
What were the 3 teams again? I saw
we got Broncos, Jets, Eagles, Bucks, and Commanders, Cardinals.
Okay. Cardinals are one of the fastest starting teams in the NFL. They love to score early. Washington's going to be coming across 3 time zones, a little bit hot out. When you come through all that different travels, it's not a division game. They could almost care less, except that they have to play to get their check. So they go down there. Yeah, they're having a good season, but the Cardinals don't do anything after the first quarter. I mean, it's pretty bad. They literally do everything in the first quarter right now. I know it's a short sample, but still, Murray's good. He's a gamer. I can see him coming up, not only winning the first quarter, but getting the first scoring drive. And again, that's about as big a prop as you'll ever get out of me. I don't do props very much. Leaning on that one. And revenge time, Philadelphia versus Tampa Bay. When Tampa Bay played Philadelphia last year, Philadelphia was all banged up. Didn't have everybody ready to go. Philadelphia is a little bit banged up in this one, but not as bad as Tampa. Tampa's really bad. They've got some injuries going on there. Everybody's struggling on the offense for Tampa. Mayfield, the running game, which means the line obviously is banged up. They're not 100%. And Philadelphia is just finding ways to win, not 100%. Talk about a sleeper to win the Super Bowl, or at least to get to the Super Bowl. Every time you think they're not going to play well in a game, they find a way to win it. And they got Barkley, right? Obviously the most underrated running back in the NFL because he was sitting at the Giants for so many years. And now they can hand it off. And if Hurts doesn't have to be the first running option, that makes him extremely dangerous. That's when he can take off when he wants to. And he's very judicious when he runs. And when he runs, it's usually not for a loss. So look for the Philadelphia to get a revenge victory in that spot.
There from Jorge, we move on over to Bo.
I remember fade Washington. They coming out that on a short week. They just played Monday night, so that's always kind of tough when you have 1 day less of preparation. I like the way Murray been playing, man, and got the nice weapons with Harrison Jr. So give me the Cardinals in that one. As far as that Philly game, man, we got a 50-50 game. To me, I'm just gonna take the plus money with the Bucks, man. I think the last 4 times Philadelphia played here, they only won 1 game straight up and against the spread. So just dealing with too many injuries. Smith is out, Brown is out. I think coming with that bad loss, man, last week too, man. I think the Tampa Bay bounced back on this one. And what was the other game we're looking at?
We look here at Broncos Jets.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the under in that one. I think it's at 39.5. You know what I'm saying? Just ride with the under, man. Denver
He likes. I guess he liked Washington too because he's got all excited when you said that. Sorry.
Like I say, Denver done played 3 road games, man. They played Seattle. They played 2 on the East. I think it's gonna be a tough game, but I only see them scoring 14 points, man. Just their defense is stacked. Aaron Rodgers been really, managing the game well. They take a lot of long drives in and out with touchdowns. I don't see Denver putting up too many points. I'm going to take the under 39.5 for them.
There from Bo, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Bo on that one. I mean, you got 2 great defenses going on here. You got the Jets. They're only allowing 280 yards per game, and Denver 259. Both running the ball, keep the clock going. I don't think that Rodgers is dialed in yet as a quarterback. His job as quarterback here with the Jets. So they're only averaging 310 yards per game. So I agree with the under on that one. And, if you saw, down here, and like I said, I'm in the Panhandle of Florida. We had a bad hurricane this weekend. Or this week, and a lot of those teams really didn't have their minds focused. You saw it yesterday with South Florida. You saw it yesterday with Florida State and even UCF. And I look for Tampa Bay. They took a lot of beating for storm surge over there in Tampa Bay. I don't think their minds are quite in it, so I agree. I think the Eagles are to play here, plus you have a revenge spot from last year. And you got to take Arizona. Washington's overhyped right now. They played on the East Coast. Went home, and now, they're traveling after a Monday night game. That's a bad combination. And Arizona coming off a home loss to the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to go with Arizona on that one.
From Ron, we move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, so let's start with the Broncos and the Jets. The underdog in the series has covered like the last 6 or so. But it's a different story with Aaron Rodgers. So I feel like that, some of these trends you can kind of just throw out the window. every once in a while, but I think it's interesting. I'd still lean to the Broncos. I think, like Rod said, just kind of seems like just way too many points here. But my official play on this one will be to the under. Whenever the Broncos go on the road, they don't do anything. And they have a good enough defense right now. I think they'll give folks trouble. But I do like Breece Hall here. He's been a pretty big bright spot to score a touchdown here today. So I'll give him a little prop action there. Eagles and Buccaneers, it's kind of the same thing, right? Eagles on the road, they always like to go under that total as well. Eagles sometimes don't cover spreads, but I am a little bit concerned, like about what Ron said, with just situationally where guys and their heads are when it comes to playing this game. I think that's a lot to it. And then I find this game pretty interesting, right? With the Commanders and the Cardinals. I like to look at a lot at history, what's happened when lines open at a certain number and move a certain way, right? This Commanders Cardinals game, it opened at Cardinals -5. That number has now moved down, right? -3, -3.5. And whenever you see that occur out of like the last, 12 years of keeping stats on this kind of stuff, the home team, whenever that has happened, that they've gotten the better number, they've won the last 8 out of 10. Now, not a lot of occurrences here over the years, but I do like that because it's telling me where the public's at on, right? They just saw the Commanders go ahead and win big, and a lot of folks are there. I think it's one of those, like, it's just a couple plays away, and Jaden Daniels and the Commanders are kicking lots of field goals again. And I saw Rod put up that stat there in the chat. Take a look. But yeah, they don't cover. The Cards have covered the last 11 there versus the NFC East. I mean, that's a huge, huge number. And I think this is a stat that you can kind of count on. So let's go ahead and take the Cardinals here at home.
Yeah, from Mindy, good question here from Robert. Any weather-related issues? I'll pass this on to you. It looks like 50% chance of rain in the Sunday night game, Buffalo and Baltimore. High winds here in Chicago, 18-mile-an-hour winds here in the Rams and the Bears. Slight chance of rain here, 31% in that Broncos and Jets game. That looks to be the only weather issues as we speak right here. All right, let's.
When is it Chicago windy?
I know. Well, look at the baseball. The games have been low is
6
crazy,
a.m.
right?
6 a.m. in the morning. The call.
Under.
Cubs have been under all series in this one. Yeah, I'll be with the plus price with Denver. The Denver's limiting big plays in the pass game defensively. Jets just 1-6 of the spread at home against losing teams. I'll look there at Denver in that spot. Let's see. We also have here with Philly and Tampa Bay. I'll look at the Philly spot. Many of you guys have talked about it, but Philadelphia, they're 5-1 of the spread in their September road games. Tampa 1-8 to the spread after a loss. They're on the road, so I'll look at after a loss here. I'll take Philadelphia here. I'll lay in the points. And in that Commander and Arizona game, I'm going to be on an island in this one. The spot here definitely leans to Arizona, but nothing breaks a spot than a bad defense. That's the issue with Arizona's defense. You're giving up 5.5 yards a carry on the ground, 69% completion rate, 8.3 yards per pass attempt. But those type of numbers, I cannot lay the Arizona Cardinals in that game. The defense is too bad. Again, what destroys spots are bad defenses. And I'll look at the Commanders in that spot here against Arizona. All right, let's continue here on Tony Six Morning Show. We're with you here every day, 6:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, 6:30 a.m. my time. All right, that's why sometimes the brain doesn't function so well for me. Let's continue here on the show.
It's the win.
That's the roll. We're going to close out football here. We got Patriots, 49ers, Browns, Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, and the Sunday nighter, Bills and Ravens. We start with Rod.
Yeah, we're looking at this, the Patriots taking on the 49ers here, and you're going to get 10.5. I'm going to take the dog at 10.5. See, Jorge, sometimes you got to take the dog. It might be a really ugly dog in this one, but that defense, it travels for the Patriots. It is the 49ers, and everybody's going to be like, whoa, the 49ers are going to whoop the crap out of the Patriots in this one. They should win by 14, 21. It doesn't always happen that way. I know the Patriots have to go from one side of the country to the other, but 10.5 points in an NFL game? No thanks. Give me the plus 10.5 in this one with the Patriots. I think the 49ers do win this game, but they're still dealing with some injuries. They're not at 100% yet, are the 49ers. Definitely. So give me the Patriots plus the 10.5 there, and that one, got to go with the dog there. Just too many points. And then Browns taking on Vegas. Vegas, These are one of these games that both these teams trying to kickstart their season 1 and 2 to kick it off, and I like the Browns here. This is going to be a battle of nutrition, and you look at Vegas's injury report list, and there's getting pretty heavy on guys that are out, defensive side and offensive side. So I think the war of nutrition is won by the Browns there in that one. Give me the Browns. Lay the money line. I don't want to lay with that minus any with the Browns. I've seen it too many times where they win by 1 and you lose the -2.5. So give me the Browns on the money line in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we want over to Jorge.
Yeah, the only good thing about the Raiders is that UNLV gets to use Allegiant Stadium. They suck, and they don't care. They've been horrible since they got here. They don't pay Jacobs last year. But Minishaw comes in, tries to play well. They're totally beat up. Not only beat up just with bodies and starters, their leader on each side of the ball. Adams is out, Crosby's out. I mean, if you want to look at all the players that step up when they need them to, that's almost like a preseason game, man. That's so bad. I wouldn't know, but maybe lean a little bit to the under in that one. And hey, you got to look in. One of the things I like about the 6 score, and I met Dr. Chow with Tony when he was here at the Best Bash, is he really goes into in-game injuries. In-game, 2 things that I've always been big about over all the years I've done radio is talk about what happened during the game. People say, oh, you can't blame it on injuries. Oh, you can't blame it on the ref. The hell you can't. I mean, look, man, the refs can determine the outcome of a game by making non-calls. And when people don't understand, I had Tim Donahue on my show in Vegas. First Vegas show he did when he got out of jail and off probation. Almost got me thrown off the air, but I had him in Vegas on the air. They were worried about him having there. But he said, hey, man, it's the non-calls. It's not the calls. And until people understand that, you have to really look and see what's going on with some of these teams. So anyway, all that being said, that's tough on the Raider game. Go on the under on that one. But I've said that earlier, but the 49er game, it was those in-game injuries against the Rams. They were already banged up coming into the game. Now they have more injuries, to that staff. And Brock's great, but you know what? You got to give him a full slate of players. They showed he's not one to carry it on his back. When Williams has been out, he's been dismal. He makes Williams like the highest point spread player in the entire league, and he's an offensive tackle. So 49ers aren't at full strength, guys, and I don't think they're how motivated they're going to want to be to beat the Patriots. They just want to get the win and not have any more injuries. Got to go plus 10.5 for that one.
Yeah, there from Jorge. Move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, everything you just said about the 49ers is correct, but I'm going to take them in the first half. I think they'll do that damage and kind of just keep away towards the end. I just don't trust the Patriots offense, man. Their defense good, but I think the 49ers got enough skill position players to at least be up and cover that spread in the first half. As far as the Chargers game, man, I'm going to take them points. Harbaugh had them boys playing good defense. And the way to beat the Chiefs, to me, is to keep their offense off the field. They got a good running back with Dobbins. I think they'll be able to do just enough, man, to keep it in this number of 7.5. The night game, man, why is Baltimore the favorite when you have the Bills coming in 4-0? I think the bookmakers telling us, man, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens on the money line.
There we go from Bo. Move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree with Bo, man. They're telling you right there, this is a Baltimore spot. And Baltimore, they're going to look for these spots all year. They've already lost one against Kansas City head-to-head. They got to get this one against Buffalo if it's going to be a playoff match in the future down the road in January. So definitely take the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's a blackout, that somebody was saying out there as well tonight. And we look at the Chiefs and the Chargers. Yes, Mindy will probably agree with me. The Chargers give us crap all the time. If any team in the AFC West that Andy Reid hates to face, it is the LA Chargers. If you look back, I think in the last 6 years, maybe one time we blew them out. And that probably was because they weren't playing anybody at the end of the season. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take the Chargers and the points there. I know there's a lot of injuries going on, but even if you look at those high spreads that Mahomes he just don't like to cover anything over the 7s. I mean, look at last year, when we played the Jets on a Sunday night, he takes a little knee there down at the 5-yard line instead of covering the spread. So, yeah, I think Mahomes likes to keep those things close.
Oh, they had money on it, Ron. You can say it. Come on, man. They were
know it.
Somebody
You know
has some
exactly
money
what
on
I'm
that
talking
one, man.
about.
I lost that bet when he slid down. I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're
But if you look and I mean, Mindy knows. If you look at this, we could be 0-3. I mean, everything's just gone our way. You know, they're going to take a breather today, and like I said, I don't know if the Chargers beat us. It's a very good possibility they could. You might want to sprinkle on the money line, but I look for the Chargers definitely to cover that one. And looking at Cleveland and the Raiders, man, the Raiders. No rushing game, can't stop the run. There's no way I can play the Raiders, you know. So take the Cleveland Browns on the money line on that one.
Yep. Heard a lot of contingency of Cleveland fans flying out there to that game. So that'll be a lot of Browns, as it always is, right? We'll move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, so we'll go back to Patriots and 49ers. I got to take the Patriots here. Like you said, this is way too many points. If we look at what has been going on with this 49ers team, have you seen the points differential? All they do is allow scoring. Right now, it's like we have the 49ers +4. I mean, this is so unlike this 49ers team of old. I mean, is it going to be just because Debo is perhaps back in? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead here and lean pretty heavy on the Patriots. It's just one of those. If I look at defensive efficiencies, it's the Patriots. I think they got this one. Again, this could be one of those weird outright wins by the Patriots here. We'll go back over to Chiefs and Chargers. Hey, I'm not going to touch that side, Ron. Are you kidding me? I'm not doing it. But I do like Kelsey here to get his anytime touchdown score. He does like to score against the Chargers. That is for sure. But for me, it's the Chiefs. It's the under. This one here opened at 39, has moved higher. I don't like it. I mean, I know the Chiefs have scored a little bit more, I think, so far this season. They seemed a little bit more interested in playing in the regular season than last year. But I think this is a team, they do what they can to get by, and then they'll turn it up when they need to. But I like under this total. Browns and Raiders. I don't think this is Iowa Hawkeyes playing, right? I mean, that total sitting at like 36. I got to go over that. I mean, I just feel like everyone is not going to play much of any defense. I think it could be a little bit of a time for Watson here to shine. I'm going to go over that total. It's I don't know. I don't like the spread on that one really, but we're going to go ahead and go over. And then when it comes to the Bills, whenever we open this line around 46.5, 47, that one usually goes under that total. It's pretty big under too. If we look at this historically, if we're just going ahead and looking at the trends. Now the Bills have been scoring a lot, but they haven't played a defense here like this Ravens team. So I'm going to go ahead and go under 46.5 in that night game.
Hey, Tony, real quick. I do want to
my time unders.
I'll say, a lot of unders, but eventually they'll start scoring some points. But hey, you got to look at the Buffalo Bills. I've never been an Allen fan, but you know what? They got rid of Diggs. They had, all the issues going on. You're saying, these guys are about to fall apart. But management's made a good move, man. They've gotten rid of every headache in there. And I've always been against an Allen fan. But his first game, he came out, threw the ball to 9 receivers. They're playing solid football. Not a lot of issues. Not forcing the ball because he doesn't have to. I really like the whole attitude of this Bills team, man. I wasn't a big favorite of them. I always thought they would choke out. But you know what? They had a pretty weak division, and they're balling, man. I got to say, the most cohesive team through the first 3 games of the season, just fundamentally getting it done, has been the Bills, man. I don't know. I think they can keep it going. Yeah, plus, I hate the Ravens, so I'm a Steeler fan. But anyway.
That's right. Raven hater there from Oregon.
I like teams that score.
There you go. I like. That's right. I'll look here at the Patriots Niners under. Patriots very injured at the offensive line. That's the concern I have with New England, is that those offensive line injuries. I think they're going to have. It's going to be one of those situations where New England's going to struggle to score, but Patriots going to play the D. So I'll look for the under in that one. The other one I like here is I also like. Looks like I'm going to be under as well in that Chiefs and Chargers game. Yes, I'm going under. Boy. The Chiefs have a significant injury advantage here, based here on the Chow ratings. And the issue here is with the LA pass offense, right? With the injury of the quarterback, Herbert. We could see Heineke in this one. High ankle sprain is significant. I mean, this is a very low injury score here for the Chargers, 58.3. That's very low there. Offensive line's also banged up here for the Chargers. The Chargers run heavily. They're averaging 5 yards a carry. I think it's one of those keep away games. Hardball, the boring offense. Boring offense usually gives you job security because you win ugly. You get those, and that's really what the Chargers are doing. It's boring football, but that's what wins in the NFL. Let the other team screw it. Let the other team screw it up. Right?
That's right.
It's like in poker. You just fold your hands in a poker tournament. Before you know it, these people kill themselves in the tournament. I mean, that's really what happens, and that's kind of how you do it. So I'll look at the under there with KC and the Chargers.
Looking like Herbert news. Herbert looks like he is going to play in this game.
He always does.
He's going to try.
He always does.
He's going to give it a go.
He's going to play with broken ribs, broken ankle, broken hand.
A hurt player sometimes isn't better than a backup.
Well, we saw what happened. What happened. The Chargers were covering against the Steelers last week, and then Turbert got hurt and left the game.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, can't do much about that.
Well, couldn't move. Can't get the hell out of the way. They're good, especially a team that's going to come after you like the Steelers. We'll see.
All the 3 Chargers games, 32, 30, and 29. So.
Yeah, it sounds like the Ravens, right? Yeah.
And we know what the Chargers are going to do today. Herbert just has to be Mr. Control. He just needs to get to the ball in the breadbasket of J.K. Dobbins, and the Chargers should be good.
The
Kansas City defense, like Steelers defense, Jones is going to try to break his ankle.
He's going to try to. He's going to try to.
Jones like Mean Joe Green, dude. He's nasty. He's going to go right after his foot. Right. That's a guaranteed fact.
Yeah. I will add in that Browns-Raider game is the Browns are dealing with injuries to both their offensive tackles, left tackle and right tackle. That's why I was on the Giants last week. I might add their little lean there on the Raiders there in that spot. I'll be the one guy on the island for the Raiders represented back here.
Maybe
Still 50-50, Tony. Still 50-50.
I know.
Well, I don't know where.
Hey, they lost to the Giants. Don't forget that. Right? They did. All right, we got through the NFL. Let's find out what the cappers have for sale before we move on to because we may lose some guys for baseball here. Let's ask Rod. Rod, having a great year at Tony'sPicks.com here for 2024. Rod, let's let everybody know what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks.
And over at Tony's Picks, I've got an early 5-pack and I got a late 3-pack. So definitely head on over, scoop it up. Also got my 10-star play of the day. Dropped it yesterday. I had Georgia. I figured that revenge spot they would step up and beat Alabama, but they tried. They definitely tried the comeback. So we dropped that one. Still 51-41 over the last 92 days on that 10-star play of the day. So that 10-star play of the day is included in the afternoon 3-pack. So definitely scoop up that afternoon 3-pack. And it's 5-pack in the morning. As you see, football is my favorite sport going. So I know everybody's like, it's hockey. I love hockey. But football is my favorite sport. Love football. Who doesn't love football? So definitely jump aboard. Let's finish off the weekend strong. We had a nice winning Saturday. Let's get into a nice winning NFL Sunday. Join me. Don't forget to pair me up because I'm not the only one that's been hot. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional and have 2 cappers put money into your pockets.
Absolutely. We'll get on board here. That's Jorge. Look at this year for Jorge. Nearly 1,900 units of private. Jorge, what do you got going? What's for sale over at Tony's Picks?
I don't know. I'm a little confused now. A Canadian that likes football more than hockey? I'm a little lost here. I don't know. I don't have any picks up right now. I was in the process of getting these typed up and put them up, but we'll definitely have 4 to 5 plays in the football tonight. Definitely loving baseball playoff season. Even now you can finally see which guys are playing or not playing. Obviously been on the Cubs under because of some bad weather. There'll be some bad weather again in Chicago. We've known that over the weekend. And I'm more of a situational bettor these days, guys, not just because that I don't love the trends. I do look at them. But the reality, look at these new quarterbacks, offensive line, coaches. They're not even together. I mean, I think there's one coordinator and quarterback that's been together over 2 years. It's crazy throughout the whole league. So I'm definitely more of a situational guy. I'm going to get as much information as I can, put them out right before it goes off. And man, I'm just a grinder, man. I just hope to have one more winning game than I do losing game. Definitely picked up some week packages over the last couple of days because I'm putting out the late releases, guys. I'll definitely put them out up to about a half hour to 2 hours before the game. I've been waiting a little bit now before because I didn't know it wouldn't go out the email if I put it out before 2 hours. So definitely on the late steam. I love that aspect of Tony'sPicks.com. I've been in the industry and around for 20 years, and no one's really found a way to automate that late placing and the late steam movement that Tony finally been able to figure out. Tony was my website guy about 10, 12 years ago. So Tony's done a fantastic job with all of this, and I'm happy to be on board.
Great to have Jorge here. All right, Jorge Gonzalez here. Let's move on over to Bo. See how Bo's going on. Of course, the WNBA is going to start hit the playoffs here. Really good round here of postseason here in the semifinals. Bo, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, man, I love that late steam too, man. That's one of my favorite deals over there too. But right now, man, I'm real hot in the WNBA. You just spoke about it. I'm over 800 units. I have a top player in that early game, man, on the total. Go scoop that up. I always have a 3-pack, my best 3 plays in there, and a 5-pack as well, man. So definitely get ready to get this money today. And as always, say that 15%, guys. Use that code Tony T at checkout.
That's right, guys. Get on with Bo over at Tony's Picks. And we'll ask Ron. We'll see what Ron has for sale. Ron, again, fantastic work here in the W, the top producer over at Tony'sPicks.com for the year. What's for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I definitely got a best bet for the WNBA playoffs today and a couple other plays, plus a 3-pack in NFL and an NFL best bet. And, of course, my MLB best bet, who won again yesterday with the Texas Rangers. So grab that MLB best bet. Again, pair us up. We've got a great crew here. Everybody on screen today. A lot of documents being made, or a lot of money being made at the site. So let's pair us up and make some money.
That's right. Get up with Ron Carver over at Tony'sPicks.com. The long-term pass is really good value there. Of course, we'll find out what Mindy has for sale. Mindy put together a really good NFL season. Look at this, nearly 1,100 units of profit there. What do we got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so we're going back heavy in the NFL here again today. I got my 4 best bets, or my 4 favorite plays. How about that? But yeah, I do things a little bit different here early on in the season, right? I look a lot at the numbers, what's happened historically, what trends happen. I like to see what my modeling does versus Vegas. There's a reason why Vegas sets the lines the way they do. And all I got to do is find that little edge. And I give those to you every single week here in the NFL. So make sure you go ahead and check out a 3-pack. Also have a best bet tonight in that late game. So you can go ahead and check it out. Also, if you check my video, it's the data-driven picks. I do everything there. I've tracked all 6,000 wagers in Major League Baseball. And I give you my best statistical plays. So Mindy's model versus Vegas once again. And been real hot here on my best variants of the day. Have swept this week. So make sure you go ahead and check that one out. Only $19. You can use that promo code TonyT at checkout to get yourself another winner. And then you can get them as a 5-pack. Just buy the whole thing.
That's right. Get the 5-pack there, the multi-packs. Remember, the multi-packs are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or the amount purchased will be credited back to your account for side credits. That's profit guaranteed. Don't forget the promo code TonyT at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. I've got a best bet up there on the board from NFL, a 3-pack mixing 2 from the NFL, 1 from baseball. I found a premium here this weekend in baseball, so get on board with me on a 3-pack or the long-term pass here at Tony's Picks. Let's continue here on the show. We're going to move on to baseball. I don't know. We're probably going to lose Jorge for this segment.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, get that voice back. All right, I'll see you.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
All right, good luck to Jorge. All right, here we go. Russian roulette. It's otherwise known as the last day of the regular season in Major League Baseball. So
No one cares.
No, the better. We'll see.
It's
we'll
a
see
lock. Every game's at 3:00.
There you go.
Well, you know what's next? Except the Cubs, they want to play at 3:20. I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not. Yeah, they want to
Of
play.
course, the Braves
Don't they
and the
do it like
Mets
every
tomorrow.
4 minutes
Yep.
or something weird?
Yeah, we got some staggered starts for some reason. Teams between 12:05. Actually, I should set up my time sort for some reason. It's not working. Let me get my time sort right here on baseball.
Braves Mets tomorrow. So
Yeah,
some
they
baseball Monday.
got to
That's
play.
the one we really care about, right?
They got.
It might be a better doubleheader than Monday night.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so let's get.
They don't have to play that. They don't have to play that. If Arizona doesn't win today, bye-bye Arizona. They don't have to play Monday.
There's Steve.
Because
Welcome,
Arizona's
Steve.
on the outside looking in, right? Right now, Arizona's on the outside looking in. So if they lose again today to the Padres, then it doesn't matter that there'll be no doubleheader Monday.
Based on the time, I guess the Mets will have to win
because the Arizona has no tiebreaker over any of the teams. No tiebreaker over the Mets, no tiebreaker over the Braves. So if Arizona doesn't win today, Bye-bye.
Well, no, that's if the Mets win, because the Mets are only one ahead.
Well, yeah,
I
because
think the Mets have to win.
the Mets have to win. Mets
No,
have lost
they're already
both games
there. The Mets are already ahead of them.
by one game. They got to play two games
Yeah,
tomorrow.
by like a half point. It's like a half point. So even if they both lose, the Mets are still in.
The Mets are, to my knowledge, the Mets are one game up on
Arizona.
On Arizona, so they got to play the two games. Right. They got to play the two games tomorrow because they will lose two. They would lose two games in the standing, right? That's right, the half game in the standing. There, so
but they could end up a half game behind Arizona.
Yeah, I guess, right. Yeah, I guess the Braves could.
Yeah. So there's still some. That's true. The Mets had to win for this doubleheader not to be played. That's where my knowledge was. There, even though Arizona,
they're not winning.
They're not.
I don't know. You're just calling it now. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how that rolls here.
I got the Mets today, so there's a free premium.
I think so too.
One baseball in yesterday was the Mets, and they killed me, so I'm not probably putting any baseball in today.
Yeah,
I'll get some leans, but no baseball for this guy.
All right, let's get to this baseball card to close out the regular season with Phillies, Nats, Cardinals, Giants, Rays, and Red Sox. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and let's watch. We've seen what Philly's done so far. They've just rested. And Nola on the mound. Yeah, I'm not a Nola guy. Aaron Nola. You look over his last few starts, and he's 1-1 with a 4.67 ERA on the road. Yeah, he pitches a little better on the road. He's still giving up 3-4 runs. And over his last few, the team got a win against the Cubs, but he got 7 hits, 2 earned runs, couple walks, and the Nationals looking like they're trying to win out the season. And you look at Irvin. Irvin's been dealing for the Nationals over his last few starts. I like the Nationals here to continue to beat up and get the win. So too much plus price. I don't want to lay with Philly that they're just sitting there waiting for the playoffs to start on Tuesday in that one. And then Boston, the Tampa just keeps winning. So I'll take Tampa and Pepiot on the mound. Pepiot's definitely stepped up. I don't see who's starting for Boston. I don't even think it matters. Give me the Rays in that one. 2 I like in that spot.
2 from Rod. Move on over to let's see. We got it. Yeah, over to Mindy.
All right. So which games are we doing? The Rays, Red Sox,
Phillies, Nats, Cardinals, Giants, Rays, Sox.
Cardinals, Giants. All right. Cardinals, Giants. Since I'm looking at that one, let's go ahead and go under the 8.5 runs there. Giants pitchers about 1.28 runs less overall. If we take a look at how things have been going recently, both of these pitchers with looks like McGreevy and Birdsong have been pretty steady. So we're going to go ahead and go under the total in that one. And then we have Rays versus Red Sox. It looks like I had Priester for the Red Sox coming in there. Looks like about 5.4 ERA. Rays offense, they're only hitting about 218 right now, slugging 596. I look at things over about like the last 5 games, compare that to overall season as well. So I'm going to go ahead. If I take a look at what's going on recently with the Red Sox, 12.8% better than the Rays. I'm going to go with Red Sox today on that one.
From Mindy.
And then next I'm going to take the Phillies over 8 right now. Phillies, they're 9.5% higher than the league average, run scored, batting average right now. So it looks like Nationals offense has been pretty much getting opportunities when they need to, hitting guys in, averaging 5.58 over the short term here. So like the Phillies game over.
Yeah, for me, move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree with Mindy there. Give me the Phillies with Nola. He's got a 3.97 FIP, 3.52 ERA, and a 1.18 WHIP. They're also averaging 4.83 wins per game. Problem is, we don't know what kind of lineup Philadelphia is going to put on the field today. And I think there's rain in the D.C. area, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, I'd lean to the Phillies in that one. Yeah, McGreevy, since being called up from Memphis, has been great. 3.03 FIP, 2.4 ERA. I like the under in that one as well. And what was the other one? Yeah, Quinn Priester. Yeah, I'll take a shot with Priester. Boston wins on their final day of the season. I think the Red Sox give the Fenway faithful a nice send off today, and look forward to next season.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I like the one game in the spot. I'm gonna hit that over 7.5 between the Phillies and Washington. Both these pitchers have ERAs pretty elevated. Aaron's ERA is over 4. He's 1-2 in his last 3. Irvin's also ERA is over 5. He's 1-2. Both bullpens been getting pretty taxed in this one, so I think we'll see at least 8 runs in this. So I like the over 7.5 between Phillies and the Nationals.
There from Bo. Move on over to Steve.
Yeah, let's see. Where am I going to start here?
Phillies, Nats, Cardinals, Giants, Red Sox.
Cardinals,
and
Giants. I agree that McGreevy actually really had an impressive outing his last game. His first time playing in Coors Field. He's just a kid. And he hasn't really pitched much in the league. And he only allowed like 3 runs. It was a pretty impressive. Usually rookies don't do that well on Coors Field the first time. So he's pitching well. And Birdsong, I like Birdsong a lot. I think he's going to end up being he's kind of been inconsistent, but he seems to bounce back all the time, even if he does have bad outings and then goes on a bit of a run. So I like the under in that as well for those reasons. As far as the Rays, to me, it's like a coin flip, really, between those two. I would lean Tampa, but it's not my favorite play. And I'm gonna roll with Irvin. I really like what I've seen from him. Nola's a little rough on the road. I don't think the Phillies are going to be totally in this. The Nationals are at home; they can win one for their fans. I'm going to roll with Irvin on that and take Washington.
There from Steven. I'll tell you the one I like here would be Tampa Bay here with Pepio. Pepio's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 12 of his past 13 starts. I think the Dodgers wish they didn't make that trade now. Have Pepio, they could definitely use him there. Team record behind Pepio on the road, 7-4, returning 4 units. Boston's just not been a good home team. At home, when they're lined at this price, a coin flip price, 17-25, they've lost 10 units. Pepio is on a 1-year contract, so this is a contract year. Young pitcher. Looking at cash right here with a pretty good close here. So especially that contract angle here, I'll look at Tampa Bay. All right, let's continue here on Tony Sticks Morning Show as we get ready for the next series of games, and they will be, that Skeens, they disappointed many. Pirates, Yankees, Rangers, Angels, Marlins, Blue Jays. Start with Rod.
It did. Look, it's because the Yankees didn't even show up. So, and man, was he ever happy? He was blowing kisses to the Yankees fans as he was coming off the field. So he was definitely up for that one in New York. So you look at who's on the bump for the Yankees. Mr. Clark Schmidt. His last couple, he's been eating, you know what. So I think that continues here because I just don't think he's going to get enough run support. That's why he's here in this spot to finish off the season. They're going to throw him out there and just leave him to hang too. I think he goes 5-6 innings no matter what happens in that game. So I'm going to go the other way and fade the Yankees, even with Faulkner on the other side for the Pirates. Too much plus money to pass up there with the Yankees team that's still celebrating their big victory and clinching series. It's one of those weekend parties. It won't look forward to the playoff until Monday, and then they get a bye. So yeah, they're still partying in New York. Go with the Pirates there in that one. And then you went to Texas Angels, and then
Texas Angels, and then the Marlins Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Marlins. Ain't no sunshine when the Blue Jays stink. And Ryan Weathers is on the mound, so he did as good last time. I think he does as good again. Marlins for the sweep. The Blue Jays don't even look like they're in it. That's just so sad that they don't even get up for these games. You could easily beat up the Marlins, give your hometown crowd a little bit something to cheer about on the weekend. And now you're going to get another packed house on a Sunday, and you're going to lose because Weathers is going to come in and mow you guys down. And the Marlins are going to sweep you away at home. So give me the Marlins there in that one. 2 I love in that spot.
There from Rod. Move on over to Mindy.
Oh, Rod, I think I'm going to have to go Oppo. I mean, Weathers has been kind of not so good here over his last 5. He's
when I started singing, he's 1-0. So ever since I started singing, no sunshine when Weathers is on.
Yeah, 5.79. He's been up there, and look at Yarborough, 1.98. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Blue Jays. I think they're going to give him a little bit of a run. They gotta, right? I mean, we can't have the Marlins taking out everyone today. And then we got the Yankees and the Pirates. I'll be on the Pirates, just like you guys here. I don't even know if they're going to put anyone in. I mean, why put Judge in? He's going to strike out 5 times, something like that. But Yankees right now, they're hitting about 3.4% lower. Schmidt, like you said, not so great. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take the Angels. Sorry, Bo, I'm going to take the Angels over your Rangers there. Right now, Angels offense, they're hitting about 10.3% better than the Rangers. I take a look at all of the offensive stats I can find, and we go ahead and take them plus or minus league average. And that's how I come to my conclusions on winners. We're going to go ahead and take the Angels.
There from Mindy, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, give me the Marlins. I cashed with Weathers the other night, like plus 230. And plus Toronto, hey, they got the cheer. They beat the Alouettes. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to cheer anymore. They did that. They did that yesterday. So, yeah, take the Marlins there, and Pittsburgh and the Yankees. Yeah, poor Rizzo, man. He got plunked on the wrist. He's got a broken, fractured finger there. He's back on the DL. Poor guy. So I guess LeMahieu and the kid will be coming back up to play first base for the Yankees. But yeah, it's the last day of season. I don't know. I mean, is the Triple Crown still in order? Does anybody know? I know Bobby Witt did not play last night, so his average stayed the same. I don't know if Judge plays today or not, but yeah, I'd look for Pittsburgh in that one. And Texas, yeah, they cashed nicely. My MLB best bet, getting 5 in the ninth last night. That was cool. So, yeah, never in doubt, right? Now we got the red glove going, Evaldi. So, yeah, let's end it nicely for Texas and take the Rangers.
Rangers there from Ron. We move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take Miami. You know, they hitting pretty good over the last 7, over 280. Just never trust Toronto all season, man. Bullpen, terrible.
Well, I've heard you say that a lot this year. A lot.
Man, so gotta take that money line, man, with the Marlins. For the Texas game, go pretty much, man. You know, we won the World Series. I think them guys just ready to take a break. I think the Angels, man, just trying to see what they got in that lineup. I think they'll be able to get to Nathan Evaldi today. So I like the Angels in that spot. For the Pittsburgh game go, man, you know, I just don't trust Bailey, man. I really wanted to try to get there with Pittsburgh, but I think this Yankee lineup just too strong for him. I think Clark Smith will have a good one. ERA is on the 3, around about 2.6. So I'm going to take the Yankees in the first 5 run line.
That there from Bo. Move on over to Steven.
Yeah, with the Pirates and Yankees, I'm not sure about his side there. I'm really not a Falter fan. And Schmidt has been struggling a little bit as of late. Now, I don't know who's going to be in the lineup. I want to take a closer look at that before I put it in. But I think I'll take the over in that game, actually. I just Schmidt's struggling, Falter I don't. And I think the Yankees, even if they sit a couple, they can still get on Falter there. So I'll go on the over 8 on that one. Rangers, Angels. I like the Rangers' heart more. I think the Angels really did kind of just mail it in, have been mailing it in. And it's been a rough go for the Rangers, but one thing I gotta say is they didn't mail it in. Like they've been really trying all the way to the end, and that's why they were the champions. And they just got a lot of injuries and things didn't work out. Like just everything went wrong with them this year. I think they'll be back at it again next year, and I think they'll play hard in this one because that's what they are. They're just that type of team. They don't mail anything in. Talking about mailing things in. Here's a team, my team, that mails everything in. That's what they do. They just mail it all in. And then a big smile on their face while they're doing it. And they do little bumps things and give each other hugs. And yeah, I can't stand them. And they're my team, and I just can't stand watching them. So in Marlins, I hope they win like 15-0. You know what? It won't matter.
Didn't they just do that like 2 days ago?
Yeah, it won't matter because they'll still be smiling at the end of it, waving to their fans as their fans go, "You guys are freaking idiots." I could go on, and I better not. We got to do the rest of the games. My Blue Jays just freaking drive me crazy.
I can understand that. I can understand that 100% there. And I'm sure Angel fans can relate, but they've had it worse, I think. But yeah, I'm going to look here at the way I look at it here. I'll look at the Angels in this spot. Well, now it's actually he started rough, but has pitched pretty well. He's trying to work. Obviously, he's trying to work his way into the rotation, try to get into that spring training with a shot at the starting rotation. So I look in that spot. Evaldi, what's happened to him? Boy, past 4 starts, ERA over 6. Kokowanitz here, ERA 2.27, a whip of 0.95. Texas, when they face a pitcher with a good whip of 1.3 or 1.30 or lower, they're 7-14 on the road. And I will say this about the Angels. They do have good fans, and it's kind of a family atmosphere. So I can see the Angels really try here in this game because it is a fan appreciation day. They do have – I'm very close to them. I'm obviously a Dodger fan, not the biggest Angels fan, but I do know that this team does have fan support, and it's a family-friendly atmosphere out there. So I could see them out there trying in this game. And again, here we'll look at the Marlins against this is just as I can't add any more than what Steve added. That is that. The funny thing here, we know how bad the Marlins have been against left-handed starters this year, and that's why I continue to shake my head with Minnesota. You couldn't find a lefty that you get some. But anyway, on the road against right-handed starters this year, the Marlins are 26-25, returning 20 units. Can you believe that?
Right.
Wow, right? That is an incredible number there. And I'm there with Robert. I think Robert mentioned this yesterday about parlaying Washington, Miami. He did it last night. He's going to do it again. I would do it again as well. Why not? That spot. That's a pretty good move there from him. All right, we got you through those set of games. Let's continue here on the morning show with the next series of games. This is some game with meaning here. Mets and Brewers, Padres and the Deadbacks, and the Dodgers and the Rockies. We go on over to Rod.
Hey, Padres taking on the Deadbacks, right? Yeah, well, guess who's on the mound for the Deadbacks? Well, I'll be fading that. Definitely be fading that for sure. He was awful last time. What did he 2.2 innings he went, and he's been Mr. Fade that. So, and the Diamondbacks, they can't hit a beach ball right now. They're looking awful, absolutely awful. Now you're going to pray that the doubleheader game can maybe sneak you in. You'll be cheering for the Braves hard, aren't you? You'll be going hard. We'll see the Braves, the D-backs going, oh. And, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're in deep doo there. As much as I don't want to see the Mets get in there because I don't like either team, but I think the Mets are going to sneak in.
That's why you're secretly wearing orange and blue up there. I see it.
Right? So definitely go with the Padres there in that one. They're playing as a team. There's a team that is actually playing as a team, and then even the next man up, even if the guys sit and rest, they're playing as a team and excited for the postseason and excited coming into the postseason. So go with the Padres there. Too much plus money to pass up in that one. And then if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just continue to take the over in the Dodgers in Colorado. They just keep smacking runs. The Dodgers are enjoying it, having a little batting practice in Colorado, and we'll put it up on Colorado. Pad in the stats, as Tony likes to say.
Yeah,
pad in the stats. So pad in the stats. So the Dodgers continue taking the Dodgers in that one. And you look, Mets and Milwaukee. Ugh. You kept Pedersen all the way back for this point? Ooh, last time we seen Pedersen, he got rocked. Absolutely rocked. So it's tough to go versus the Mets here. Colin Rea on the other side for the Brewers. He's been dealing all season long. So to try to the Mets are on my shit list. They should have won yesterday. I wouldn't have to be dealing with it. So give me the Brewers in this one. Gotta go with the Brewers. Colin Rea. They even with them rusty guys and not really caring down the stretch here, they got in, and then the Brewers have just been, it is what it is until they face the Mets, and then they're just like, oh, we can beat up the Mets, let's do it. So give me the Brewers there in that one.
There from Rod. All right, we move on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, my high school colors were orange and blue, so I'm going to be on the Mets here today. In this one, I'll just go ahead and take them on the money line here. Ray's kind of been pretty good, like you said, decent over the long run. Recently, though, last 5, 8.1 ERA. Mets offense right now, if I look at them in the short term, 14.2% better than the Brewers here offensively. So I'm going to take the Mets on the money line. Let's see. Tony's Dodgers. Oh, yeah. They'll cover a run line here today for sure. They're 21.2% better than what they have been all season. So if I look at their league average, where they are right now, just totally crushing it, hitting 303. Finally, some teams that are hitting above 300. I remember when that kind of used to be the norm. I don't know. And then, of course, we're taking the Padres. So there's nothing going on. over there in Arizona. Padres right now hitting 4.7% better than the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are on the skid, 4.5% less than their season-long average. Let's go Padres.
Padres from Mindy. We move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree with the Padres. Perez just keeps winning for the Padres, and PFAT laying 180 or better. No. I think Arizona caught the Minnesota Twin syndrome or something, because they've been falling from grace there too. And I'm going to throw them out a spreadsheet dog of the day. Woo-hoo.
Let's get it. I want it.
Colorado Rockies. You're not going to
There
like
you
it.
go.
Colorado Rockies.
The Rockies.
Man.
That's a big one.
It's
There you
a
go.
61% dog system that's
There you
amassed
go.
over 21 units of profit this year. Take the Rockies at home as a dog. And for the last one, what was that one? The Mets. Oh yeah, I already gave you the freemium. Take the Mets on the money line. They're going to get in the playoffs.
There you go from Ron and move on over to Bo.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with the Mets, man. They already gave some good breakdowns, so now I like Peterson to get the win. Dodgers have put up 24 runs in the last 2 games, man. So can't go against that. I like the spread pick, man, but I'm gonna take them Dodgers on that. And this other game we were looking at, what was that game again?
We had Padres. Diamondbacks.
Oh yeah. I got the Padres winning that one, man. I got a ticket on them to win the World Series, so like them a lot, man. I've been liking them a lot for the last couple of years, so I like the Padres. Don't want to. I might just take them on the run line, get a little extra insurance, but give me the Padres on that one.
Yeah, from Bo, we move on over to Steven.
Yeah, I'm with you guys about the Padres. They're plus 165. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, plus 155 yesterday, so they're going to give us 10 more cents today. All right.
I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it on the run line and on the money line. What else? We got Dodgers, Rockies. I'll just keep on going with the over there. I think the Dodgers are just, like you said, they're treating the Rockies like batting practice. And who's pitching for Rockies? I don't even think.
Feltner. I think it's Feltner.
Yeah,
it's Feltner. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't do this often because we don't have it on our site, but team total over for the Dodgers, whatever that. They'll be rocking for sure. And I'll take the over 11.
6 maybe.
That one. And which one am I missing here?
We had the Mets Brewers.
Oh, Mets. Yeah, I like the Mets there. I think they get in. Peterson kind of scares me a little bit, but I mean, that's the only thing there is that I don't know. But why would you have? I mean, couldn't have worked it out that you had a better, more consistent pitcher than that in that spot.
The Mets have lost their last 14 games against the Brewers.
I know. I saw you put that in there.
Wow. 14 games.
Yeah,
the Mets lost against the Brewers at in Milwaukee. So. They love drinking their beer, and it's fun. The Brewers guy's going down the slide a few times today.
Bernie Brewer.
Bernie Brewer.
Those beer makers.
The other thing I like about that game is I think the bats will be tight because they need this, and the Brewers will probably sit a few. So I could see an under in that game as well. I think it could be a really.
See, in baseball, I love the idea of that you see the guy. Guess what? That gives a guy who hasn't played all year a chance to shine. He's going to step up in that spot. So as much as you'd like, you're going to get a AAA guy in there. Well, guess what? That AAA guy has been busting his ass all year, riding the bus, trying to make it to the American League and make it to the big leagues. And he gets one shot. Yeah. Guess what he's got to do? He's got to step up and shine. We've seen a Padres guy hit his first ever home run in the MLB yesterday. Man, was he dancing and happy. And then the whole team gets happy because he gets his first home run. I love when they send a guy in there.
Yeah, Rod makes a good point because they limited the amount of call-ups. And usually if you're calling up in September, it's going to be pitchers. So if you're calling up an everyday player, that guy's going to be pretty good, right? Because usually they're calling up these pitchers now, the way things are going. And they've limited the amount of call-ups you have. That's a pretty good point there on these these September call-ups. Everyday players, keep your eye on these guys because most teams want pitchers in there. All right, I'm going to look at these games here. I'm in agreement with the over and the Dodgers. I called it coming into this series. The Dodgers, this is when you use stat pad, right? And even the guys behind the starters had an opportunity to stat pad here in Colorado. Rockies bullpen has been pretty bad here. LA's hitting 300 over their past 300. Also, don't worry here. Landon Knack's going to give up some runs to the Rockies too. The Rockies want to eat too. So I think this is when they have their meal, their feast here. It's against Knack. And
tackles for everybody.
Yeah, my Sharona and the Knack will be in there in that spot. So I'll go there with them. Also, I'm going to be looking here at what the guys here with the Padres in this game. I just can't. I cannot look at the Arizona. They're just bad. Of course, the Mets here against the Brewers. I'm on the Mets. I think it's just kind of the spot to take them, right? Because Milwaukee's going to play in the wild card round. It's the Dodgers and the Phillies that get the bye. So Milwaukee's in the wild card round. They're going to play on Tuesday. I had a bullpen advantage for the Brewers, but that I took away because I think the Brewers are going to rest their better arms in this game. I don't think they're going to go with their good arms in this game, especially when you got to play that wild card game on Tuesday, and it might be a day game, right? It's in Milwaukee. It's not a really high pro. It's not a high pro. It's not one of those cities you want to show in prime time, right? So, and a
rematch with the Mets.
Yeah, rematch with the Mets. Well, maybe they might move into prime time if it's the Mets. But anyway, that's we got to keep an eye on there. But again, I don't think they're going to use their good arms. So the bullpen advantage taken away from Milwaukee. That's why I'll be on the Mets in that spot. All right, let's continue here with this morning's show. And of course, what my line service do, they threw all the games out of order. But in this one, let's close out baseball here. I believe we still have Orioles, Athletics. I know Reds, the Reds game, and the Houston and the what do we have? The Reds game. Astros game, right? Royals game and the Astros game. So here we go. Athletics, Mariners, Astros, Guardians, Royals, and Braves. And we get it going here with Rod.
Yeah, and for me, looking at the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Cubs, I'm going to go with the Reds here with Hunter Green on the mound. Look what Hunter Green's been doing, and I like what he's been doing. 1-1 with a 2.81 ERA, and on the road, he gets even better with a 2.17 ERA on the road. Give me the Reds to get the win there in Chicago. It's windy again, so taking under 7 in that one. Probably not a bad play either. And you know what? I'm going to take the Astros here, first 5 over the Guardians. It's one of those spots that, Cleveland's really not got a whole lot to play for, and Houston's starting a rookie. They brought up a call up to
Gusto.
Yeah, Gusto with some gusto in this one because he loves it. He's a fastball hitter. He set a team record for the most strikeouts in the PCL this season. So that's why they brought him up. They want to see what he can do. They might carry him into the postseason. So I think Gusto comes out with some gusto, and the Astros get him the first 5 win. I don't know about late in that game because he probably goes 3-4 innings at best. So give me the Astros first 5 of that.
Let's just close out these last 6. I think I got myself out of order. Let's just close out the last 6 because these games, there's not a whole lot of meaning in these ones. So you guys can pick out of these last 6.
Those are the 2 I like out of the last 6.
All right. Let's go over to Mindy.
Well, I mean, I can give a 6 rundown real quick.
Go for it.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, mucho gusto. Nice to meet you, Mr. Gusto. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, 22 years old. I'm looking at this like a bullpen game. Sandlin on the mound, Oppo. Guardians bullpen, I think they kind of have the advantage here. I'll go take Guardians here on the money line. Then I'll go ahead and take the White Sox on the run line. Why not? I mean, they can finish out strong, possibly. But right now, they're 11.3% better than the Tigers. I think Tigers, they sealed the deal. Don't care so much about what's going on right now. Taking over 7.5 runs with the Orioles and the Twins. Ober's been pretty steady, but not so much for Suarez. He's elevated up to 5.96 right now. Orioles bullpen allowing 4.87 in the short term. Orioles offense, though, still 12.8% higher. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that small total. And then I think we got Athletics and Mariners. Hey, what's going on with the Mariners? They're out and suddenly they can hit the ball. Not really. We're going under in this game. There's no way. The Mariners are 2.6% lower than their season average, which is already terrible. Mariners hitting 198. I mean, their guys weigh 185 pounds. They're not hitting the ball anywhere. And then we got, I think, the Royals and Braves.
Yeah, Royals.
I'm going to go with
Royals.
Well, yeah, the Royals, Reagans. Yeah, of course. We're taking the Royals. And then we got the Reds on the money line with Hunter Green as well. Cubs right now, 7.7% lower than their season-long average. If we're taking a look at them, Swinging the bats. So we're gonna go.
Just Reagan's was scratched to pitch in the playoffs, so
Marsh.
it's Marsh will go.
Man.
Marsh. It's okay.
All right.
I'll still be a homer. I'll take the Royals.
Royals there with Mindy. All right, we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I don't know if the Royals care if we end up on the 5 or 6 line, but I do know Detroit's 1 game ahead of us. But if we do end up tied, we will get the 5 and they will get the 6. So if the White Sox do beat the Detroit today and the Royals happen to win this game, then we will be facing the Orioles. So if the tiebreaker is Kansas City's, otherwise it's Houston, and I'd expect Houston. What's that?
I just didn't want to play the Tigers. Orioles, yeah, I like the Orioles.
I don't either. I mean, who's pitching for Detroit? Is it Maeda, KBO guy?
Maeda.
Yeah. Detroit at home. I mean, you got to probably look at that. The other one, I agree with y'all. Cincinnati in a rare road favorite spots, 13-5 this year. So I will take the Cincinnati Reds on that one. And what the Royals did yesterday, they pitched 2 innings, with the starters, and then just moved on 2 innings. I don't see a strong lineup for the Royals unless Bobby Witt wants to, pad his stats today. And Perez, they were all off yesterday. But 240, no. I'll take the 1.5 with the Royals at least. I don't like Atlanta covering the run line at all there. Oakland, Seattle, yeah, Gilbert, man, the ERA champ, or he's close to it. We're going to take Seattle on the run line there.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Bo.
All right, man, I'm going to be real fast with this. I like the Orioles. Minnesota just can't beat this team. They also have a losing record, playing team with a winning record. So give me the Orioles, them bats. And I think that the under come in with that White Sox game. This lineup is pretty bad. Detroit bullpen is good. I think we're still under 7.5. I like the Atlanta Braves. They need one more game to clinch. I think they'll get to the Royals, who not really playing any lineup bad. So give me the Braves on the run line.
Yeah, from Mo, move on over to Steven.
Yeah, but with the one he was just talking about there, and I'm actually surprised Rod wasn't on this because he is like he's one of the biggest bashers in Marsh. I thought he would have been all over it. So I am too, by the way. And I'll go. I don't know why you put you want to put Marsh in that spot. All right, whatever. I'll take old man Morton and Atlanta in that one. I'll go with Cincinnati and green as well with the Reds. Not really my favorite. I like the under in the White Sox Tigers game. It's been good to me. They keep on. The Tigers have got the best bullpen in baseball right now, or close to it, against a White Sox lineup. I don't think the White Sox are going to get too much, and I don't think the Tigers are really can pitch not too bad actually. It just gets no support. So give me the under there, and I'll also take the Tigers on the run line. Orioles Twins. I like the over in that game. Over has been very inconsistent. The Orioles can hit all right, and Suarez, forget about it. So I like the over in that game. And Astros and Guardians, I like Rod's take there. They got a rookie kid. Great time to put him in. You do have something to play for now. You don't want this kid to get lit up. Defense will play really well. I think they'll be dialed in to get this guy to win. So I'll take Houston there.
Yeah, from Steven. I'm looking at some pluses here. Astros Guardian, I'm looking at Houston at the plus price. Houston's hitting the ball, whether it's the starters or backups, 300 in their past 7 games. Houston will be playing on Tuesday. They are the wild card in the wild card round. It's in the American League. It's the Guardians and the Yankees that will get the bye in the first round, just so you know, in that spot. And the Astros have been a really good road team down the stretch, 23-15 in their past 38. Under in the White Sox Tigers there. The White Sox 22-14, the under on the road, facing these AL teams with a low slugging percentage of 410 or lower. I'll look that way. Got to look plus with Baltimore. I know Suarez has just been should be pitching in Juarez the way he's pitching, but I will go here with Baltimore at the plus price. Minnesota, as both said, Minnesota is the bully. They cannot beat winning teams, and that's their struggle at home. They lost 10 units against winning teams at home this year. And in September, they couldn't beat the losing teams either. So it's just been a mess. It's been a bad run here for them. The plus price there with Oakland. Oakland has won money in their past 34 road games, 12 units. Seattle against losing teams, 6-9 at home, and that's losing 7.5 units. Gilbert's been solid. Spence has pitched well as well. Look at his past 6 starts. Let's just hope a no decision for Gilbert. Let's give Gilbert 5 innings, rest him for next season, and let the Athletics hit the bullpen here.
Let him go 8 innings. They should have let those pitchers go 8 innings and did a 6-man rotation. They'd be in the playoffs.
They would.
Terrible.
The bullpen did terrible, and they're gonna live and die by that.
Let Kirby go 8 innings.
Yeah, they just
won't do it. That's why Reyes is out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I'll go under a KC Atlanta. Royals can't hit, man. $1.65 over their past 7. Atlanta's been an under team all season at home. So why not end the season going under, right? Because you've been doing it all season anyway. And I'll go under here with the Reds and the Cubs. The Reds haven't hit at all. $1.75 in their past 7 looks to me like they're planning their trips. These young kids have money, right? So they're looking forward because they're a young team. They're looking forward to spending it all. And the Cubs 30-16 to the under in their home day games. So we'll go back. We'll go under in that one. All right, we got.
I take Oakland just to win their last game ever in their Oakland uniform, just because.
Right.
Avoided that playing, so you got to just take Oakland just because. Seattle will hand it to them. Just be like, sure, we'll hand it to you. There you go. You guys win the last game of in those uniforms ever. I like it.
I do too. All right, now we're getting
with the Nats and Marlins, and you'll be a happy guy today.
That's right. Nats and Marlins. Robert, a man with the parlay, he did it yesterday. Won big on that one. I think he said it was 10 unit.
Robert's still here. Right on Oakland, buddy. On your way to the Sports Select booth, get Oakland in there.
That's right. Let's get him in there. All right, now we turn into our attention here to the WNBA semifinals, which is some excitement here because we got some really good matchups here. We'll cover them here in one block here. Aces and Liberty. Well, looks like Liberty favored 4 in game 1. Sun and Lynx. Boy, this is a matchup here. Lynx home favored 4, total 154.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and we want to go check out the video that me and Ron have shot on these 2 games. Definitely, I think the next time we should include Bo, and then you'll get the top 3 handicappers in WNBA doing a video. I think all 3 of us should shoot a video because I seen a comment.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we should throw Bo in there too. We'll do all 3 of us the rest of the way down for the playoffs. So, but looking at these games here in this one, I'm going to go Dogs. Dogs on both. You know me, I've been on the Suns the whole season long, and you look at the head-to-head with the Lynx. It's been a 2-point win, 3-point win. These teams aren't winning. These comes right down to the wire. It even took an overtime game between the Suns and the Lynx. That's going to be a battle. It's going to be who's got the ball last. So give me the Sun plus the points in that one. And then when it comes to the Liberty and the Aces, well, the Liberty's dominated the Aces all season long. But this Aces team, woo-wee, they're showing you why they are the champs. They've come into these playoffs. Hottest team coming into these playoffs. And you're going to give me over a possession with the Aces? I'm in it. Give me the Aces plus the points in that one. I know the Liberty, they've had this circle that they want to beat the Aces, but the Aces love beating you guys. It is. When it comes down to crunch time, the Aces find a way to beat the Liberty. They've done it year after year after year. Give me the Aces plus the points in this one. So, 2 Dogs. I think you're going to come out ahead
2 Dogs.
Even if you hit 1.
There you go. Maybe champions fatigue. They wake up here in the semifinal round. All right, we move on over to Mindy.
So you guys know that I'm always rooting for the WNBA, right? But sometimes it's just really unwatchable, even for me. But yeah, I mean, if you look at what happened last time, right? The Aces held the Storm to 1 bucket in the 4th quarter. 1 bucket. That's unwatchable, you guys. We got to do better. But we're not going to hold the Liberty to a 2. The Liberty's been the best team all season. It's not going to stop now. I'm going to take the Liberty. I'll lay it. I'm excited about it. And then with the Lynx, I mean, this one here is, they might go full out brawl on the court, I think, on this one. It is going to be a lot of defense. You're going to see, I think, maybe probably the best play of the year. I think this one here is the most closely matched game I can kind of figure or compute here. But the Lynx have only lost twice since that Olympic break. Minnesota is the better team here. They're the better offensive team. They're better at home. The Sun want a low-scoring game, but they're not going to keep Collier down. You guys, I'm taking the non-dogs. I'll take the favorites in both.
Oh, the favorites at both from Mindy going favorites. All right,
Mindy and Rod, all top rope.
All right, let's see if we get a tiebreaker from Ron Crawford, number one.
Oh yeah, that's easy. I'm splitting it. Yeah. I'm taking the Aces. I agree with Rod. They just come to play when it's time. And if you look at the Liberty, they're really not a good home favorite. I think maybe they went on the money line, but I'm going to take the points with the Aces. And in the second one, I'm going to take the Lynx, but I'm looking at the under. If you look at both teams are strong defensive, 1 and 2 in the league in defensive advanced ratings. And, the Connecticut's Sun as an underdog are 0-6-2 to that under. And their last 10, they're 2-7-1 to the under. So I already got the under 154.5. So take that under for my play.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Bo.
All right, man. I'm looking at this Lynx team total, taking the under. The Vegas, they had held Seattle to 71 points and 67. I think it's gonna be a struggle for the Liberty to make it to 80 points. So I like their team total. It should be around about 83, somewhere around that. Somebody see that. But I think this thing will be a really low scoring game. And I also like the Vegas Aces plus them points. They've been doing well since they've been healthy off the break. So I like the Vegas Aces plus the points, team total Liberty under. And also in that late game, take the Lynx, man. We've seen them put up an average of 102 points in the first 2 games. And Connecticut put up 90 against averaging 90 points against Indiana. Also, when it comes to their 3-point line, man, Minnesota Lynx number 1, shooting 38%. Connecticut shooting, they are ranked 6, shooting around about 32%. So I think that's going to be the edge in this one. Give me the Lynx to cover that spread at home.
Yeah, from Bo, move on over to Steven.
Well, we're going to have a tag team. Mindy and I and Rod and Ron will have a tag team bout. Freaking, I am going with top rope. That's right. We'll do one of those suplexes right off the top rope. Anyways, I'm taking
the top rope from the top rope, and then I'll slap you in the ground.
Captain WWE now. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm taking the Liberty. They're better on the board, man. This year. That's the thing that changes from previously. They have improved their board game like crazy. And they're first in the league and against 8th in the league. And I think that's where they're going to beat them this time. I think they're going to take them in, and I'll take Liberty with the points. Everything else is pretty much even, but they're better in the paint and they're better on the board. So I'm taking Liberty, and I'll take the under in the other game as well. I'll go with Ron on that one. This is just 2 really good defensive teams. Connecticut Sun, they slow down the pace. That's what they do. Question is, are they going to be able to do that against the Lynx? I think they can. Especially in this much more playoff, more playoff, in the playoffs where all the pressure's on. I think that the Sun will be able to keep it to a low-scoring game. As far as the side is concerned, I think it's going to be so tight. Yeah, I'd take the dog +4.
Yeah, sometimes they have trouble flowing that pace on the road. That's the only thing that worries me in this one.
Yeah, that's true. From Steven, I'll say I'm going to be the one I like here is the under there with the Sun and Lynx. You look at the defensive rating since the Olympic break. Sun number 1, 94 points allowed per 100 possessions. Lynx 96 per 100 possessions. Both playing at a slow pace. Go under there in that one. All right, let's continue here on 26th Morning Show. And now it's time to see what's for sale over at Tony's Face. We got through the NFL. If you want to see the NFL breakdown, go to the beginning of the video. That's where we did it. Let's find out now what the Cappers have for sale. Head into a big Sunday of action. Baseball, ending the regular season. NFL, the W as well. Rod having a great year over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let everybody know what you have for sale.
And over at sale today, I've got my 10-star play of the day. You can scoop it up singly. It's 51-41 over the last 92 days on it. or it's included. I've got an NFL early 5-pack, and then I'll have a late afternoon 3-pack going for you as well. I also got I'm going to put one more play in this WNBA, so I'll have 2 plays in the 3 plays. I'll have a 3-pack in the WNBA as well, because 2 sides on a total going there in that one. So definitely jump aboard. Big day loading. Love today's NFL action to crush the books. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 camper promotional as well. I'm not the only one that's been hot over at Tony's Picks. So why not have 2 cappers in your back pocket, putting money in your front pocket? So definitely take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. And then you got to have a long-term pass. That way you don't miss out on any of those late steam plays, because I love finding that late info play and throw it in there. Because those definitely, you can find some late information and money makers late. So definitely jump aboard long-term.
So I can on board with Rod long-term, the way to go here. Rod Zawacki over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's continue on here, and let's see what Mindy has for sale over at Tony's Picks. And Mindy is putting up impressive numbers in the NFL this year. We can see those results. Mindy, what's up for sale?
Yeah, we're taking a look here at the NFL. Like I said, we really hit it hard next week. I like to play a 4-week rolling average in the NFL. So right now we're doing a lot of what I call bet the numbers, right? So what we've done historically, spread movement, line movement, all those folks that are a lot smarter than me out there, I track them. So my modeling versus Vegas. So you can go ahead and pick up, I got 4 plays. You can pick up a 3-pack. And then, of course, my best bet is in that Sunday night football game. You can go ahead and check it out. It's going to be on the side. Who am I on? Go ahead and check it out at Tony'sPicks.com. Also, I have my data-driven very best bet in Major League Baseball swept this week. So I'm ready to get it on the last day of the regular season. So make sure you check that out. $19. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. I'm excited. We got some good ones today.
That's right. Get on board with
Lots
Mindy.
of hot cappers. Make sure you pick it up.
That's right. Get on board there with Mindy. Let's take a look at Ron here over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, Ron, top number 1 in WNBA this year over on the site. That's a lot of sports as well. Ron, what do you got for sale?
Yeah, and also 15-8 right now in NFL, is doing great starting out the year. So, I got a 3-pack in NFL today. Also, the MLB best bet has been over 63% for the entire season. So grab that last one today in the regular season. And like everybody said, pair us up. We got everybody here on the leaderboard. So 2-for-1 capper, get it going. Use that code TonyT at checkout.
Right, get on board there with Ron over at Tony's Picks. Let's see what Bo has for sale. Also, Bo has been cranking it out there in the W. What do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, man, I got my best play in the WNBA. You can grab that for $19. I'm also putting in all my packages, guys. So if you want to get that 3, get that 5. Definitely got some nice ones today, man. Looking to cash these tickets. And like everybody said, man, get 2-for-1 capital promotion. You can also get some long term. That way you get those late steam plays added to your package, man. So that's the best thing I would do, is get some a little bit long term. That way you won't miss out on nothing we put out, man. Once again, say that 15% by using code TonyT at checkout.
That's right. Get on board with Bo. Let's take a look at Steve and Duncan over at Tony's Picks. What you got for sale, Steve, over at the site? Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Here, let me move back.
He gone.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's back.
I know this is a new setup for me here with the software here. All right, Steve, everybody know what you got for sale.
I got a 3-pack over there with 2 football, 1 NBA, WNBA plays. And I'm going to have some baseball here right away. And I have an NFL best bet over there you can pick up as well. And, of course, hockey's coming. Get my full season, boys and girls. It's only $750. Better, great deal. As soon as the preseason is over, it goes up again. So you want to get into it. Hockey is my favorite sport, and we usually kick butt. Actually, they haven't even come close to red for 6 years now. We're well over. We're bringing in tons of units. So get in that package right away. You can save yourself a lot of money.
That's right. I got it, boys. Steve Duncan over at Tony's Picks. I've got a 3-pack on the board right now here with 2 NFL and a baseball. Then I have a standalone best bet from the NFL. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. Long-term pass is the way to go, guys. Promo code TonyT saves you that 15% off. All right. Now it's time for a parlay peripheral segment where the cappers can give out a parlay, peripheral, whatever they like to do here. a team prop, player prop, future. Let's start here with Rod.
And we're going to go to a touchdown prop. I'm going to go with Greg Dortch of the Arizona Cardinals to get the first touchdown in that game. Nice plus money on that. You look at this Washington group, and they've given up the first touchdown in 10 straight football games. Well, Arizona has scored the first touchdown in 11 straight football games. So I love Arizona to get the first play, and I'm going to go with Greg Dortch, first touchdown scorer in that game.
Go from Rod, move on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, I think these two WNBA games today are going to be exceptional. So for me, I already told you who I liked. I like the favorites, but I'm going to go ahead and tease them. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a bucket with the Liberty, a bucket with Nafisa Collier and the Lynx. And then I'm also going to take my Chiefs on the money line. Ron, not today. It's not the Chargers day today. So that will be my a little bit of a teaser. Probably get you back to even money.
There we go from Mindy. We go on over to Ron.
Yeah, let me get a 3-team parlay for you each sport. Let's take the Green Bay Packers. Let's take the Minnesota Lynx, and let's take the New York Mets. Cash them up.
There we go, Ron. There we go.
We got over to Bo.
All right, man, I'm going to do a little teaser. I'm going to take them New York Jets, take them down from 8 to -2. And I'm going to take the I think the Colts going to keep it close on this, guys. The total is low, so I'm going to take them up from 2.5 up to 8.5.
There we go from Bo. On over to Steven.
I'm going to take the over in the Dodgers-Rockies game, the under in the Suns game, and the Bengals.
There we go. Bengals. All right, I'm going to
keep on my shoes if they don't come in, you guys. I'll record it. I'll do it.
There you go. I'm going to give you what I call my unwatchable 3-team parlay because it's all unders. It's all unders. So you don't want to watch these games. You just want to watch the other games and just keep the score. Under Rams, Bears, under Patriots, 49ers, under Chiefs, Chargers. My unwatchable 3-team parlay.
That's awesome. I love it. I love every second of that.
You do. All right. Let's find out what the guys have over at Tony's Picks on the video series. Rod, what videos can we find from you over at the site?
I put up a few NFL videos today over on the site. I've also got a little 3-team parlay in today's NFL action. One includes a prop, so definitely go check out that NFL 3-teamer. Love that. And then me and Ron have done the WNBA videos. And then going forward, you'll see me, Ron, and Bo doing those.
There we go.
Rest of the playoffs going forward in the WNBA. So definitely go check out those archived videos over there at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, that's right. And I know, Mindy, you've got video up there as well over at Tony's Picks.
Yeah. By the way, I love your WNBA videos. I watch them. They're very good. I appreciate it. Good work, you guys. But what I do is my data-driven series. I give you my best statistical play. It's my model versus Vegas opening lines. Again, I track every single bet. I put them into buckets, and then I give you statistically what hits the most. So it's pretty informational. It's not necessarily me telling you what to play. But I'll give you all of my modeling. So you have the score right on there. So you can take a look at totals, even if I'm going ahead and giving you the side. It's been pretty crazy how we've gone throughout the season. And so I love the playoff times for Major League Baseball. It's one of my favorite times of the year. But also I'll be hitting some more videos here every single week on your favorite sports like college football, NFL, all of the good stuff. So yeah, we're getting them in.
That's
so
right.
You guys check it out. Go find us. Hit the notifications, the subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. You don't want to miss out.
Like and subscribe. Don't miss out. Ron, we see some videos up there from you with the W with Ron, and also we'll see some baseball. And so sometimes you tell them into the KBO. Are they still playing?
Yeah, the KBO's in and of it's been crap the last 3-4 days because it's just, makeup games, getting ready for the playoffs. Nobody's really playing. So, yeah, got a little slump going. But we're going to come back Tuesday. It starts the playoffs, and also college football videos up. Hit Nebraska. Didn't use it as a premium, unfortunately, but, yeah, Nebraska did win yesterday. I'll have NFL videos. I don't this weekend, but normally I do on the weekend. So, yeah, I'm doing videos on pretty much all the different sports around the league. And like I said, doing with Rod on the WNBA. So check them out.
Check them out. No, Bo, we see a lot of short video series up there from you as well. A lot of NFL and more.
Yeah, man, I'm going to start doing those NFL videos early. It's very important getting those early numbers, man. So probably no later than Tuesday, I had them videos uploaded in the short form. meats and potatoes, man. I'll jump in there real
Right.
quick. Don't waste your time. Give your prediction real fast. And I'm looking forward to being on the WNBA videos with Rod and Run, man. So make sure like and subscribe. We appreciate it, guys.
That's
Glad to have you, Lee.
Glad to have you.
And NHL season is fast approaching, but Steve got ahead of it now with his futures. Check out the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Go to the category section. Look for NHL. You'll find some videos up there from Steve. And you got some NHL futures up there.
Yes, sir. I don't give you small money. These are big plus money plays. And last year I did very good on it. I hit them at 70% at an average of plus 5,000. So you can make a lot of money. It's nice because sometimes you forget all about them, and then you look in your thing and it says, "Oh, look, you made $700. You made $800. You forgot all about it." It's less like giving yourself a Christmas gift or a
Every
birthday
day.
gift. Yeah. So yeah, go check them out. They're good. They're good, and I think there's one specifically for the Norris that is at plus 10,000 that I think could really hit. It could really hit. I like it a lot. So go check it out.
Check it out, guys. Go to the NHL or on our YouTube channel, YouTube page. Look for NHL. You'll see a series of NHL futures bets here from Steven as we get ready for the start of the National Hockey League. All right. Before we go, any closing thoughts from anybody before we end the show?
I just want to say, man, appreciate everybody for watching. It's one guy in this chat, man. He always been rocking with my boy Pringle. Just want to shout him out one time, man. Really appreciate you guys.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Appreciate everybody that tunes into these shows, and as you can see, I love seeing all these faces here on the morning show again. I love seeing the variety of people because everybody's got their own opinion, right? And it's nice to hear because someone might have a different angle, and it'll sway me just as much as it'll sway you. It's nice to see a different angle, a different opinion, because sometimes we do these games so much that sometimes it's nice to hear a different angle from someone else, and it's like, hey, what am I doing? Forget that idea. What am I doing? I'm going to go take that. That's a way better idea. So it's great to have seeing everybody here, and I hope we continue to see this at Tony's Picks.
And we're all different cappers, a lot of myself and
but
Mindy are data driven, with spreadsheets, and everybody else got a feel and a trend. And, Rod will throw out, hey, it's 11-0 against the NFC East, things like that. Just wonderful to see all the different techniques that everybody used. And like Rod said, we can share that between us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, the one thing I love doing this, but the one thing that sometimes becomes not really a problem, but I'll be listening to everybody and I will have had my lean from the night before and I already got my pick in. And then like 3 people bring up really good points to go against my pick. And I'll just,
That happens all the time.
That's what I don't like. It's like, I don't like my pick anymore. Forget about it.
Oh, yes, that happens, but still, that's to do to get the good pointers out there. Appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody here today. Appreciate. Let's make it a winning Sunday. We're back again tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.
Hey, appreciate it, buddy.